The midday sun beat down on the bustling marketplace in Marrakesh. The air was thick with the scent of spices, sweat, and desperation. John Talon Riley, a ghost amongst men, navigated the labyrinthine alleys, his senses on high alert. His calloused fingers tightened around the worn leather handle of his duffel bag, his only companion in a world that had cast him aside. Once he was the embodiment of his nation's might, a special forces operative feared and respected in equal measure. Now, stripped of his rank and honor, he was a mercenary, a soldier of fortune, selling his skills to the highest bidder. The lines between right and wrong had blurred, replaced by a cold calculus of survival. A coded message blinked on his burner phone, pulling him from his thoughts. The voice on the other end was clipped and professional, the words sending a chill down his spine. "Talon, we have a situation. A bioweapon, highly contagious, lethal. It needs to be stopped." Talon's gut churned. He had walked away from his past, sought solace in the shadows. But some calls were impossible to ignore, some battles even a ghost couldn't escape. The rendezvous point was a nondescript cafe in the heart of Vienna. The woman sipping coffee at a corner table was Dr. Lena Keller, a name that sent a jolt of pain through Talon. 5 years had passed, but time had done little to diminish the memories they shared, the love they lost. Lena, a world-renowned virologist, had dedicated her life to combating invisible threats. Now, she was face-to-face with a horror she could never have imagined, a virus engineered to decimate humanity. Her eyes, once filled with warmth and laughter, were now clouded with fear and urgency. "John, this is beyond anything we've ever faced," she said, her voice barely a whisper. "This virus, I know what it is." Talon cut her off, his voice a low growl. "And I know who's behind it. General Antonov. He was left for dead in that botched raid 5 years ago. He wants revenge." Talon's expulsion from the Special Forces had been orchestrated by Antonov, a rogue general with a vendetta. Now Antonov had resurfaced, armed with a weapon of unimaginable destruction. This wasn't just a mission, it was personal. The clock was ticking. Antonov had the virus and was moving it, its destination unknown. They needed intel and they needed it fast. That's where Ghost came in. He was a digital phantom, a hacker extraordinaire who could slip through firewalls like a whisper on the wind. "I'm in!" Ghost's voice crackled through their comms, his tone laced with a hint of glee. Antonov's network is impressive, but even ghosts leave footprints. He's moving the virus to a secure lab in the Swiss Alps. Maximum security. "We need to get inside," Talon said, his voice steely. "Ghost, can you get us access?" "Already working on it," Ghost replied, his fingers dancing across the keyboard. "Consider it a digital backdoor to hell." The Swiss Alps, a picture postcard of snow-capped peaks and serene valleys, belied the deadly game being played out within its borders. The lab, nestled within a mountain fortress, seemed impregnable, but Talon, Lena, and Ghost were about to test that assumption. Under the cover of darkness, they infiltrated the facility, moving like phantoms through the shadows. Each member of the team played their part, their movements honed by years of training and fueled by a shared sense of urgency. They were a symphony of controlled chaos, their every action designed to get them closer to their goal. The virus. Section 5, Digital Fortress. Ghost, a maestro of the digital realm, worked his magic, disabling security systems and creating diversions with just a few keystrokes. He was their eyes and ears, guiding them through the labyrinthine corridors, his fingers a blur on his custom-built keyboard. "Security grid down," Ghost whispered, his voice a disembodied presence in their earpieces. "You're clear to proceed." Talon and Lena moved with practiced precision, their steps silent and deadly. They reached their destination, a vault-like chamber pulsating with an eerie blue light. Inside, housed within a steel and glass container, was the virus, a silent menace, threatening to unleash global devastation. Section 6, Race Against Time. As Lena began the delicate process of securing the virus, alarm bells shattered the silence. They had been discovered. Antonov, anticipating their every move, had sprung a trap. Heavily armed guards poured into the chamber, cutting off their escape. "Go, go, go!" Talon roared, unleashing a torrent of gunfire, providing cover for Lena. She moved with surprising agility, the vial containing the virus clutched tightly in her hand. Section 7, Heart of the Inferno. They fought their way through the facility, the air thick with the stench of gunpowder and fear. Antonov was one step ahead, his men relentless in their pursuit. They were running out of time and options. We need to get to the extraction point, Lena shouted, her voice barely audible above the din. It's our only chance. They burst out of the facility into the blinding sunlight, a helicopter thundering overhead, but their escape route was blocked. A wall of Antonov's men stood between them and freedom. Take the virus, Talon ordered, pushing Lena towards the chopper. Not without you, Lena cried, her eyes filled with a mix of fear and determination. Go, it's the only way, I'll hold them off. Their eyes met for a fleeting moment, their past, their present, their uncertain future, all converging in that single heart-wrenching glance. Then, with a surge of adrenaline, Lena scrambled towards the waiting helicopter. Section 80 hour. Talon became a one-man army, a whirlwind of fury and precision, mowing down Antonov's men with ruthless efficiency. Each bullet fired was a testament to his skill, his rage, his unwavering determination to buy Lena time. He fought his way to Antonov, their eyes locking in a silent battle of wills. Antonov, his face a mask of cold fury, lunged at Talon, a desperate struggle erupting between them. Section 9. Scars of Victory. Talon stood over Antonov's broken body, the virus vial clutched tightly in his hand. The helicopter carrying Lena disappeared into the horizon, leaving him standing alone amidst the carnage. He had won, but at what cost? The world was safe for now. But the shadows of the past still clung to him, the scars of battle etched deep into his soul. He was a warrior, forever haunted by the ghosts of war, forever bound to the shadows. He had stared into the abyss, and the abyss had stared back. As he walked away from the wreckage, his silhouette melting into the gathering darkness, Talon knew his fight was far from over. The world was a dangerous place, and he was its silent guardian, a ghost in the machine, always watching, always waiting for the next 0 hour.